Hey everybody, welcome back to another Palworld video. A big thanks to all the support on my Palworld content so far. You guys have been amazing. And so I just finished a short, like 20-25 minute chest farm run. And at the end of that 25 minutes, man, look at my inventory, guys. This farming route is insane. I started with 0 gigaspheres and 0 hyperspheres. I'm ending that route with 73 gigaspheres and 20 hyperspheres. I've got 17 large pal souls on me. I can max out my my pals that are in my party and get them all cranked up at a statue of power. I've got huge eggs on me that I can toss into the incubators. I've got, I ended up with, I think, like 12 gold keys as well, and I was just able to use them to open up chests on the route as well. I got blue schematics, green schematics for shotguns and rifles, ARs, armor. I even got a ton of TMs as well. So, oh my gosh, guys, you got to check out this route. I'm going to show it to you. But before I do that, let me take a second to thank the sponsor of today's video, GearUP Booster. And we've all been victims as gamers of an untimely disconnect from a server, maybe an error code, or even severe latency issues in PvP where on your screen you make it to cover in time and then you just die a second later. And the frustrating part about that is that a lot of times it's out of our hands to control those circumstances. I mean, you can have great internet, maybe your provider's just inconsistent, or maybe your connection to the geographical server that you've been assigned to is not great because of server issues, and nothing in fact on your end at all. This can be especially egregious in shooters we love to play, like extraction shooters like Tarkov, or BRs like Fortnite or Apex Legends, where the difficulty of your matches often comes down to which dedicated server you're connected to. And that's where GearUP Booster comes in. GearUP specializes in a few different things. First and foremost, it optimizes your connection to specific servers in a way your general provider cannot. Your ping could realistically go from 150 milliseconds down to just 50, which is a remarkable improvement. The second thing GearUP can do is actually find a better or less crowded server for you to connect to. Instead of being at the mercy of your proximity to a server, you can actually hop to one that's more stable and less stressed. The best part of GearUP Booster is its simplicity. Click a button and it does all the work. That way you're back to gaming without the stress of spiking and disconnects. And there's even an option for console players called HyperRev for those not gaming on PC. If you want to experience all the benefits of lower and stable ping for free, then please go check out GearUP Booster through the link in the description. And thanks again to GearUP for sponsoring this video. Alright guys, we gotta talk chests. This chest farm strategy is especially helpful if you're like between levels 30 and 40, but it will work for anyone and can be run even faster if you're a high level player with faster mounts. But what we're gonna do here is head all the way north to the Frost Mountain, which does have enemies that are upper 30s, 40s, and even some level 50 bosses too. So you're not gonna wanna pick a fight up there unless you're a high level player. All you need to do is craft some cold resistance armor and grab a cold resistant t-shirt from a vendor to wear under your armor. I picked mine up from the merchant in the desert city in the northeast corner of the map, but you can find these shirts in any general goods merchant's inventory. Now you'll notice in this top island there's a derelict castle town in the southern tip of the island where the map is still green. But just north of that is where the snowy part of the map begins. This is a large mountain with lots of terrain around it of varied heights. I like to start here at the Unthawed Lake fast travel point and start making my way clockwise around the island until I get right back where I started, and then I spiral in, making small adjustments to my trajectory until I've cleared and covered everything on the entire island. But why this island, you might ask? Why these chests? Those are great questions, so let me answer. First and foremost, this island has over 100 chests around the mountain alone. Yes, more than 100 chests to find. In many cases, you can just look around and visually see 4 to 5 different chests from one vantage point alone. I mean, they're everywhere. So part of the reason why we're coming here is the sheer number of chests and the density of them. It makes it really, really easy to find them and keep the loot coming and flowing without having to do a lot of hunting or have downtime in between finds. And second, these chests are in the highest leveled region on the map, and that means they contain the highest rarity items of any island in the game. These chests will sometimes give you 3 hyperspheres and a gigasphere out of like a single chest, You'll get medium and lots of large PAL souls too, so you can go to a statue of power and make your favorite pals considerably stronger, and that will help tremendously with like world boss fights and gym battles. Beyond that, you'll also get lots of gold keys to open the red glowing chests that you find. Those always have a schematic inside, and I found lots of schematics for high tier gear in those. You'll get tons of gold and ammunition as well. And also, as you're doing your farming runs, you'll grab lots of effigies and large and huge eggs as well. And incubating those eggs is a great way to get XP, as it counts as capturing a new pal, obviously until you've gotten 10 of the same kind. What I like most about this farming route is that one rotation will set me up with all the spheres I need to capture mid and high level pals without losing tons of ingots or crafting resources on making spheres, in addition to the large pal souls that you stockpile to get your pals elevated to some seriously high levels of damage, defense, and a work speed. And honestly, boosting the work speed of your pals at your base is a huge help. Like, your base efficiency will be off the charts if you max out the work speed of all your base operations pals. Big recommend from me. Another thing worth noting, there are in this sort of Middle East section of the island tons of these tall metal towers, and they are just littered with chests and eggs, and you kind of have to keep an eye on the little nooks and the crannies because they can hide in some pretty tricky spaces, but there's a lot more there than meets the eye at first. Also worth noting, these chests respawn infinitely. You can finish your run, go home, sort through all your gear, and then just run it back if you want. It's endless top shelf loot, and all it costs is a little time. I flew around on my Van Worm, but obviously if you have a higher tier level mount like a Hell Zephyr or a Beacon, you can do this even faster. One quick bit of advice though, flying mounts can't eat while you're riding them. So every now and then, hop off your mount, let them grab a snack out of your bag, and then hop back on them. I'm sure they'll appreciate the quick munch. Alright, there you go. That's how I got completely stacked out of my mind with high tier Pal Spheres and Pal Souls in Palworld. Get out there, get farming. Best of luck to you in all of your Palworld endeavors. Feel free to leave a like or subscribe to the channel as we're getting close to 300,000 subs, which is super cool. Be warm and well fed, my friends, and I hope to catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.